Who will win it all? Little D leaves Big D, and God of War, the most violent game of all. Hey, guess what? Downright Sports is back, and it's at night. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special Downright Sports NBA special. Not really, but it's NBA playoffs is coming up, and why better way to do the show? If this is the first time you ever seen this show, my name is Brent Reed, across the bottom, and this is Downright Sports, a sports show, sports vlog, blog, whatever you guys want to call it, from a fan who talks from a fan's perspective, and it's a fan's thoughts, so don't judge me, okay? All right? Cool. Anyway, we're going to start every show as I have before with the must-know news, and let's kick it. Dez Bryant of the Dallas Cowboys, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys, kicked off the team, cut, due $12 million according to ESPN, and basically $16.5 million cap hit in 2018. Who cares? It's not my money. Dez Bryant played 8 years with the Dallas Cowboys, playoff appearances, playoff chokes. Dez also is the Cowboys' all-time leading touchdowns. I highlighted last year he surpassed that feat. Here it is. Dez broke the Cowboys' all-time franchise records for touchdowns. Good for him. I think he passed Jason Witten. Either passed Witten or he passed Michael Irvin. Sad. When Dez was drafted, Michael Irvin's jersey came out of retirement. That's how special they thought this guy was. Good player, but now gone. Dez, three-time Pro Bowler, first team All-Pro in 2014. He led the NFL in touchdowns for a receiver in 2014, and that's it. His achievements is, if anything, he is an above-average wide receiver that the Washington Redskins are interested in. Also, I saw the Giants and the Eagles are not interested in him. Is that what I read? I think so. Doesn't matter. Moving on. Next up, Mark Sanchez, the butt man, the butt fumble, suspended 4 games for apparently using PEDs. I didn't read much into it. He's a free agent. Who cares? It's just funny that Mark Sanchez, formerly of the New York Jets and a bunch of other teams, is suspended for trying to bulk up. Good for him. And then finally, my captain, Derek Jeter, not returning home. The captain of the New York Yankees, Derek Jeter, is not going to be in the Bronx this coming Monday, Tuesday. That's it for the Yankees and Florida Marlins 2-game series. Jeter is now one of the owners of the Florida Marlins, but most notably, Jeter played with the Yankees for 20 years and is the most recent captain of the team. So it's going to be weird. He's not coming home. He said it will be awkward. Good for you, G. And then finally, I didn't add this in my notes, but I wanted to touch on it real quick. Colin Kaepernick, his workout with the Seahawks was canceled because he refused that he wouldn't take a knee. 2 things. A, I think it's little of the Seahawks to not consider giving this guy a job because of something he believes in, so it contradicts anything that you may say in the press in the future. But for Colin, what is more important? You're being an activist or playing football? Because being an activist is more important. Give up on football. If you need to play sports so bad, do like Tebow, go play baseball. Or just be an activist full time. But if you really want to play football, do what you got to do to get back in and find another way to create change. Because right now, you're just alienating people. And you can't create change if you're alienating and nobody sees who you are. So, food for thought. Anyway, we'll return the topic. The NBA playoffs. Who wins? Who loses? Who will be the MVP? And what are my thoughts on LeBron? Because if you've seen this show before, you know I cannot stand LeBron. Downright Sports, everybody. Monday pays up later, my bet. So, this is the topic, and the topic is the NBA playoffs, which starts Saturday, April something. 13th. I'm terrible with numbers. Today's April 12th, obviously. So if you're watching the show on Sunday or any other day of the week, just know the NBA playoffs started the next day. Anyway, I'm not going through the schedule. Who plays tomorrow and bringing it down by the blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to tell you who I think's going to win. This was one of the weirdest seasons we ever seen. Teams were up, teams were down. It's a lot of firsts. Timberwolves back in the playoffs since 2004. I was a high school. I was a senior in high school in 2004, and that's the last time they made the playoffs. Whoa, it's 20. No, stop. It's a long time ago. What else? Spurs are the 7th seed. Whoa, for the first time in a long time, the Spurs are not in the top 3, 4, 5. Insane. A lot can happen when you're missing your best player and he's sitting on the bench collecting a check. And then we got the Cavaliers, LeBron James' team, for the first time since he's been anointed the chosen one, is the 4th place team. Finishing behind the 76ers. 76ers? What? That's right. The 76ers are back in the playoffs for the first time in forever, led by Ben Simmons, who's making everybody forget or wonder who's the better player. Is it Embiid's team or is it Simmons' team? Being that Embiid is hurt and may not make it to the first game. But Simmons, looking like LeBron Jr., but maybe better, is leading the 76ers. We'll go over who they face in a second. And then nobody cares if Toronto is the first place team because Toronto's done that before. And what Toronto likes to do is lose, and lose well. And then out west, the Jazz? Wait, didn't the Jazz lose 2 of their best players, Rodney Hood and Gordon Hayward? Well, peep this. In the All-Star break, the Jazz weren't even in the consideration of the playoffs, and they finished number 5, just below the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then, finally, no more surprises. Everybody else just sucked. So, let's take a look at what we think is going to happen. Basically, the NBA, I'm going to put up the bracket in a second. Who's going to play who? I'm going to scroll across the bottom, how I'm going to do it. But Rockets versus Wolves, Thunder versus Jazz, Blazers versus Pelicans, Golden State versus the Spurs. I'm going to do the West real quick. I think, quite honestly, we're talking the Rockets here. James Harden, Chris Paul, they are notoriously known for choking and crapping the bed. James Harden notably pulled Mike Tyson's move when he was looking for his mouthpiece against Golden State, and Chris Paul, quite frankly, is the most overrated point guard to ever play in the NBA ever, because he has yet led his team forward. With that being said, we're going to touch on that when I talk MVP. So with that, I think, now, I know I'm going to sound nuts, either the Timberwolves will take them 7 games or the Timberwolves will beat them, because who stops Karl Anthony Towns on Houston? Houston is a running gun team that likes to shoot it. James Harden, and let me tell you something, if James Harden's going to dribble, one thing Tom Thibodeau is better at is preparing for defenses. He is better at, in a short series, putting together a game plan to beat you. So you're going, and the other coach, Mike D'Antoni, great coach, is known for just scoring. Defense always wins. And I'm telling you right now, you're looking at Minnesota's squad. And I had it pulled up here, but I think I lost it. I think I just got rid of it. But you got Jimmy Butler, Grizzle vet, born leader, Andrew Wiggins, just a good wing player who can get it done. And then again, you got Karl Anthony Towns, who, when it comes to postseason basketball, big men dominate. And I'm telling you, Houston has nobody for him. So I got either Houston losing to the Timberwolves or the Timberwolves just exhausting them and beating them in Game 7. Moving on, I got basically out of the brackets, Golden State's going to come out the West. I think the Thunder will win. I think the Pelicans will upset the Trailblazers, which is not much of an upset. And then ultimately, we will see the Thunder versus Golden State because Steph Curry will return in time. Kevin Durant can carry them to the Western Conference Finals, and then we get the game we want. Westbrook, Durant, who goes to the finals? Who wants it more? All right, let's move to the East. Raptors will win because they're playing the Wizards, and the Wizards are terrible. So, Cavs playing the Pacers. Cavs will win, but it's going to be tough. 76ers play the Heat. The Young Sisters will beat the Heat, and Boston plays the Bucks. They don't have 2 of their best players. So they don't have Kyrie Irving and they don't have Gordon Hayward. So let's just give it to the Bucks. All right. The Cavs will come out of the East because the Cavs will face the 76ers. The 76ers will give it all, but they're just going to be too young and a year from making the next step. Cavs, LeBron, make the jump because it is LeBron James. It is one of the best years he's ever had. They will face Golden State again. It is pretty much Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, John Cena versus some bad guy from the 2000s, Hulk Hogan versus some guy from the 80s. But we'll get the we'll get Golden State, Cavs, Part 4, and we will see Golden State and the Cavaliers run as LeBron James loses again, and then he goes to another team. Doesn't matter which team. MVPs. Let's talk MVPs. And here are my choices. I don't know who's nominated, nor do I care. But James Harden, LeBron James, and Victor Oladipo. I said it. Victor Oladipo took the Pacers from a terrible year to if you excuse me 1 second, let me make sure I have this correct. The 5th team. They won 48 games this year, where last year, when they had Paul George, who's considered one of the top 10 best players, top 15 best players. Yeah, okay. They finished in 7th. They won 42 games. So he added more games, if I'm not mistaken. He added 6 more games to their winning. He moved them up to the 5th spot, and he added to his scoring. This year he averaged, I have it somewhere. There you go. This year he averaged, this is not it, 23 points. I wrote it down somewhere. Good thing my memory's good. He averaged 23 points, and his points went up. His minutes were the same, but he led the league in steals, so he had more steals this year. His career percentage is 17 points. He averaged 23, so he went up. His career in steals is 1. He went up by 2. His career in assists, that is 3. He averaged 4. He's not really a point guard. All his stats was up this year. This is 4th year. Give the guy a look. I'm trying to tell you. James Harden, not your MVP. Well, why not? Because he got another quote-unquote future Hall of Fame player. Last year, his numbers was better with less talent. Yeah, his scoring went up, but he had 11 assists. Now, he would have won the MVP last year if Russell Westbrook didn't do another triple-double. And the only reason why Russell's not up for consideration is because they added some talent and people don't like him. James Harden will probably end up winning it, but I'm telling you, Victor Oladipo is my MVP. And then, did I say who wins the championship? I did. The person who wins the championship is the Golden State Warriors. I think I covered it all. Yes, I did. So, 8 minutes later, as always. Anyway, we're going to go to segment number 3. And it's my favorite one. You'll see it in a second. Downright Sports. What? Movies and video games. This is Downright Sports at night. I like it. Night show. NBA special. We're not talking basketball. Speaker just went off. We're not talking basketball. God of War. Video games. What else? Comes out next week. Who's not excited? I'm excited because God of War 1, 2, and 3, one of the best games ever. But Sean, this one's for you. A good friend of mine, Sean, said it's the most violent game he's ever played. I argued Grand Theft Auto. He said, Brent, what other games can you cut a guy open, rip out his guts and all this stuff, and cut a guy's neck? And then he made a point, because in Grand Theft Auto, you could just rob a guy and shoot him in the head, or pick up a hooker. But God of War counters that because you can just have sex and they show it. Huh. So maybe God of War is the most violent game ever. More violent than Mortal Kombat? I don't know. You guys answer. But I'm going to get it. It takes place in, I think, Vikings. He was the God of War, and he took place during, like, Zeus and all that. But now in Greek mythology, but now he's going to be doing Vikings and killing them and, sending people to Valhalla. That should be interesting and fun. I will not get it. My good friend Tim will probably get it, and I'll borrow from him, and I will say it's the most awesome game I've ever played, and he will go, yeah, it is, and you should have bought it. Look, I'm still trying to play Call of Duty. I finally got it downloaded the other day, so I'm going to play it this weekend. Yeah, because I decided I could have played it tonight, but I did the show for you people. That's right. All 2 of you watched the show. Anyway, I made this segment quick because the last one went long. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week We're going to talk a lot more stuff. Go to iTunes and Google Play and listen to I'm Just Talking, my podcast. If you love hearing my magnificent voice, you go there and you can hear more from me talk about nonsense, and it's pretty fun. You've seen the people I've shouted out on the bottom, the guys who are personally responsible for the music that's played on the show. If you're interested in more, just hit them up. That's all. Follow us, Brent Reed at BrentReed18 or Downright Sports at Instagram. That's right. Email us at Downright Entertainment. Oh, back up. Instagram is Downright Entertainment. The email is DownrightEntertainment2001. All right. Hey guys. Deuces. And remember, you're special because everybody's special. That was cheesy. I had to use it though. See ya.